since it's hard to tell a lot from photos, let's look at the bags here. In this case, let's look at the letter size bags. So I've got the pink one here first. It's got a really nice zipper handle, so it's got some undulation, like some curvature, you know, right on there. And actually, I was particular with my manufacturer about this because I told them I like zippers that you can like handle well. I'm just like one of those detailed people like that. And I saw these as samples. And I thought, I like this. I want to have that curvature, so it's just hard to handle. For some reason, little details like that make a difference, you know? I mean, at least as a notary, when I'm just ready to go, you know, and I've got another appointment, I'm already late, I want to be able to just close something, and sometimes I had zippers where it just kind of slipped, or, you know, and so when I saw that, I thought, you know, that's going to make it, somewhere along the line, that's going to make a difference. So, so it does have that nice little curvature on the zipper there. And these letter size bags, now these probably notary wouldn't use. Those are the legal size bags, you know, because we have a lot of legal size paper that we deal with. These letter size bags, I would assume would be more like for an attorney, or maybe somebody works for government, you know, anyway, just people who end up with a lot of paperwork that they have to travel with, or like maybe lawyers, you know, when they go to court, depending on the court case, sometimes you just have a van full of paperwork, you know. For that you need a lot of DocBags, I guess. But yeah, so then these would be letter size bags for letter size documents for something like an attorney. Yeah, so then these bags, like this one, is made from a soft pink sort of color. It's probably a bit watered down because of the light, but this is just like your usual like baby pink color. It's got the nice zigzag. This is a fabric that's usually used for like purses and things like that, and so it's just looks really nice and fashionable. And this one I call my fashion bag, and the red one also my fashion bag. I call these the fashion ones, you know. So so it's got a nice fabric there, a nice metal zipper. The metal zipper is pretty durable, you know. These teeth shouldn't be coming out, or they shouldn't get bent or anything like that, like a plastic zipper. Should be very durable. The bags, all of them are lined on the inside, so it's got a dark brown seam going on too. It's kind of dark brown, the fabric of the zipper, and then also the background of the logo is kind of dark brown, and so is the lining on the inside. It's actually very chocolate, almost blackish kind of, well, very dark brown on the inside, but it's all just kind of got a brown seam going on the other details of the bag. But it's lined on the inside with the logo as there as well on the inside. So that's the interior of the bag. And this one again fits like 1,000 pages. They're all meant to fit 1,000 pages. They've got the width, like I've shown, you know, they've got the width where they could handle a big stack of paper. So that's one of the letter size bags. And then I've got the one that I call my Michael Kors bag because of the fabric. So this fabric, we've got diagonal lines running, creating a grain. And so this fabric, I don't know if Michael Kors brand created it, but certainly the Michael Kors brand popularized it a couple years back. Maybe you still find it in the stores, but it's just a nice, interesting grain, you know. And I kept telling my my manufacturer or my producer, I want to find that Michael Kors grain, you know. And I explained it to him. He wasn't sure what I meant, and I just went to all the different suppliers, checking samples, looking for the Michael Kors fabric, you know, because I'm a fan of this fabric. I think it's very cool. It's very versatile, you know. And the color dark red is very versatile too, just like a color pink is versatile, you know, depending on the season or your wardrobe. But this one in a dark sort of red is versatile. The grain is nice. If you get any stains on it, the grain, the dark red, it just kind of blocks you from seeing it easily. Of course, it can be, you know, a little bit washed off or something, but we don't always have time to be washing our bags constantly, you know. So this one just, it looks great all around it. It holds up well, and it disguises little scuffs if you end up having them and you don't have time to wash it off or something. So it's a great fabric, and quality fabric, and it's got a nice thickness. All the fabrics that I chose had a particular thickness, you know. They had to be particularly thick to be able to withstand the weight of documents. They showed me lots of nice bags, and I asked them, give me the spec sheet. I looked at the thicknesses, all in metric, all in millimeters, and I said, that's 0.3 millimeters too thin. Sorry, you need to give me another, you know, I need to see more samples. So I was very particular about that, because I want these bags to be able to be resistant to carrying weight. You know, I don't want them to break on people, right? So then that's the red one, and then I've got the black one. So then got the black, and they call this like a calf skin grain bag. So then this bag, this fabric, I should say, is interesting. I looked through pages and pages of fabric samples to find this particular black, because I told my manufacturer that I needed to have a black bag, black faux leather. That had to be my standard bag, and so we went to the place, the manufacturer's store, basically, where you can see samples, and of course there were like a million samples of black leather, right? And so then this one in particular was made with what they call the calf skin grain, and it had a particular sheen to it too, and a certain softness, and the thickness, everything was just right. But this fabric is actually more expensive than real leather, like I think twice the price or something like that, because of its great quality. I mean, I don't know what goes into the manufacturing, how many processes it goes through to be able to get it to the quality that it is, to get it to the color, the shine. You know, there's actually a lot of processes that some product goes through before it gets the finishing that it does have. So the calf skin grain, this looks very fancy, it looks very classy, and the reason for this is because the calf skin grain is associated with quality products. So my manufacturer explained to me that what happens is the calves, because there's not that many calves, because a calf is very small, because not many of them are slaughtered, there's very few sort of pieces of calf skin grain leather, and so they're very expensive, and so just the highest end brands can actually afford buying this grain leather. So like Mont Blanc, or you know, some of those fancy brands, they'll use them for their leather products, leading to that this grain is associated with quality products. And so then this bag, because of its finish, well, because of the grain and its finishing and everything, will actually look pretty classy. So if you are looking for like a classy black bag, or you know, you'd say, well, you like that style, the classy black, and you like the fine grain, or you admire, you know, fine grain leather products that you often see in those really nice stores, high-end brands like Mont Blanc. Oh, I think you're going to like this. So then, and this is also embossed with the logo, so it's a little more subtle and classy in that respect, I think. It's got that same nice zipper, the same as the other ones, very smooth zipper, and of course the lining. So it's got the black stripe lining on the inside, so you've got that nice depth. And then I've got the red bag too. Well, it's made from the same grain, same kind of calf skin grain, imitation calf skin grain, and that's in a wine red color. Again, with these embossing that's very subtle. So then that's this bag, and that just gives men or women another option other than black for a bag that is subtle and that's going to have that classy, smooth grain that's associated with fancy products. Let's just call them fancy, right? So this is just it's very classy for the classy sort of person that's kind of a minimalist, you know, and may not be a fan of fashion bags, right? So yeah, so those are your options for the letter size bags.